Hi, good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello, how are you today?
Yeah, I'm good.
That's great to hear. So we have work-life balance today.
Sorry.
Work balance. Is this the lesson?
Uh,
Let me just
okay.
exotic pets. Yes. Let's get started. Okay, so on a scale from 1 to 10, how busy is your life?
At the moment, I have to say that I am not. I'm free. I completely free at the moment. So, I score for my busy level is just two, I guess.
Okay. Okay. So what will be stressful for you this week?
Mm, Probably it relates to my studying, like because at the moment I pay 100% of my time and my efforts on studying. Like I am a little bit pressure in making progress in my studying because my examination is coming. So yeah, it a little bit stressful, but it's not considerable.
Okay, how will you relax this week?
Uh, uh, Honestly, I think I have a I know how to relax even when I am busy with my work or my studying. Like we have I follow some technique like a prodomo technique that I
Okay.
just spend about 25 minutes on studying and on working. After that, after 25 minutes of that, I spend about 5 minutes to for relaxation, like listening to some boosting songs or having just a short time with game, something like that.
Okay.
So yeah.
It sounds great. Okay, vocabulary for today, please.
Okay. Daily grind.
Daily grind.
Okay. Daily grind. A tiresome, difficult, or monotonous daily work routine. Okay, burned out, so exhausted from working too hard that you can't perform well or no longer care about the job or your performance. Okay, overworked, having worked too hard or for too long, refreshed, feeling rested and renewed to unwind, to become relaxed.
Do you have any questions here?
No.
Okay, does your life feel like a daily grind? Why or why not?
Mm, like at the moment I suppose that my life doesn't feel like a daily grind, but for about 2 years ago, like when I had just finished my university program. I first stepped into the labor. I am just I At that time I was a newbie in labor market. Um, I had a desk job in a marketing agency, and that job wasn't my passion. Every day when went to work, I feel like my like I felt like my like just like a daily grind.
Okay. So, how often do you feel burned out by your job or your busy life?
Since I embarked my career on teaching English, I have never felt burnout by my job or my busy life because I work with my passions.
Hmm.
I like the way that I am busy with my work. I like the way that I can work or learn as much as possible to gain experiences. So I have never feel exhausted about my job.
Okay. In what situations do you feel overworked?
Mm, it was like about last summer. You know, this is a high. This was the high peak time to work in my industry, like because at that time is summer vacation, and student went to English Learning Center to learn a lot. So I at that time I had to work up to 20 hours per day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot. That is a long time. Oh my
Yeah, that's
God.
right.
So, what do you do on weekends or on vacations to feel refreshed?
Mm, as I shared with you many times,
Hmm.
I just do some low key things like to spending time with my family or my friends, doing some low key things like binge watching my favorite film series or listening to my favorite songs. Sometimes I also prefer driving my own car and
Hmm.
enjoy musics into the car.
Okay. And what helps you unwind after a busy day?
Mm, well, at the moment, it's probably having a daily conversation with my beloved people.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, I talk with my parents and my boyfriends. Like we share a lot about what happened in the day or uh, what feelings we have during the day. So sometimes in that way, I feel relaxed and unwind my mind.
Yeah, it's good. Communication is always good. Do you have a healthy work life balance? And if so, how do you maintain it?
No, I suppose I do not have a healthy work-life balance because in the past I was really busy with my work, as I told you earlier in
Yes.
last summer. But at the moment, I am too free with my work, and I spend too much time just staying at home. Uh, we have a lot of parties with my family members. So, but in some way, it has own advantages.
At the moment, I don't actually have, me neither. Do not have a healthy work life balance because I start work at 6 a.m. on Cambly and I finish off at 4 p.m., which leaves me very little time for personal things before it starts getting dark. So my balance between my work and my life is, it's not good. It's not healthy at the moment. But for me, the work is better than having or socializing with others at the moment. So I choose to do this kind of hours for me on Cambly. In the future, if my situation should change financially, then I might just cut down on some of my hours on Cambly. But we'll see how that goes in the future, but not right now. Now, Fee, in your opinion, what is the optimal balance between work and the rest of your life?
What is the optimal balance? What does it mean for optimal?
Optimal means basically how you can balance your work in your life and the rest of your life, like your social life, your personal life. How do you find the optimal balance between the two? I'm not sure how to find that because I've tried so many hours already.
Yeah, I think it is really hard for almost everyone to have optimal balance between
Hmm.
work and the rest of your life.
Hmm.
Just like you shared with me earlier, we have to choose and to balance, to do well in both things. It is
Hmm.
really it's in some way for me it is impossible. Like
Yes.
if I want to have a good professional growth. I want to earn a lot of money. I must pay a lot of time for work for my career. So by that way I couldn't share my time with my personal life. It is hard for me to pursue my personal interests, to spend time with other people. I think it's really hard.
Like at the moment, I made the choice a year and a half ago that I needed to make the choice. It's either work or it is socializing. And when I looked at the odds, it worked out better for me to work than to socialize because
Mhm.
I have certain goals that I need to achieve by December of this year. So if I do not sacrifice now, I will not be able to meet those goals at the end of this year. So I had to make a really hard choice there.
Yeah.
But so far, so good because I'm almost at the halfway mark. So if I didn't make that sacrifice, I wouldn't be in the position that I am right now. And I feel that my social life, I'm not a young person anymore. So the socializing would not have benefited me in the long run. So I made a very hard choice, and everyone just has to fit in with it. And if they don't like it, tough luck.
Yeah.
That is my take on it, actually. So, what kind of work-life balance is valued or encouraged in your culture?
As I told you earlier, because it
Yeah.
is really hard to achieve a work-life balance.
Hmm.
So honestly, I have no idea for this one, because of course we two between two choices, work and your personal life. Uh, you have to sacrifice one thing to choose
Yes,
another. So
absolutely.
yeah.
In my culture, to be honest, in my culture, it is always encouraged to spend time with family, to spend time socializing. And yes, it is encouraged for you to work, but my culture is more about spending time with family members,
Mm-hmm.
socializing with them, having friends. But in my opinion, and of course, past personal experience, when you are in difficulty, they are not there for you. So you need to do the sacrifices in order to get where you need to be. And my personal opinion, I need to depend on me and not on a cousin, a sister, an aunt, an uncle.
Yeah.
So I need to put that responsibility on myself. And once I've reached my goals, I can then maybe take some time to socialize with family and friends because I've already reached the goals and I can have a relaxed working experience again.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, these questions remind me about the questions that you asked me in the last time about
Yes,
Vietnamese women.
yes.
Uh, yeah. So yeah, most of the time, like for traditionally, in my culture, people also prefer to prioritize family, of course, our personal life.
Yes.
Uh, but I think the every course has two sides, and
Yes.
um, if you sacrifice one thing, you will achieve another thing. So
Yes.
I think it depends on your choice.
Of course, like if I remember back in the day when I was still young, I remember my dad working Saturdays, my dad working Sundays. And if there were like family functions, like weddings, engagements, and things like that, my mother would go with us. And everybody would always ask where my dad was. And my mom would say, my dad's working this weekend. And there were many weddings that he missed and family functions. But in later years, he actually bared the fruit of his hard work.
Hmm.
And then he could attend all the family functions because now he was retired and he was free to do so. But he sacrificed all of that time to give my mother and us the life that we needed and that he thought at the time we deserved. But I think this comes from way back when and many family members were not like happy with the fact that my dad was never there, but could also understand where he came from later on when he was retired. They could understand where he came from because now he could relax. And my parents had a really great retirement. They could actually sleep late, they could go for drives, they could just enjoy themselves. No debt, nothing like that. So they had a great retirement.
Hmm.
So the consequences, Fee, of having an unhealthy work-life balance.
Mm, as I mentioned before, because we have to sacrifice one thing
Yes.
to achieve another. For example, if we choose a professional life, of course, you can have a professional growth.
Yes.
You can earn a lot of money from the job. You are appropriated by your boss and your college, but you
Hmm.
couldn't have much time for pursuing your personal interests, to
Hmm.
spend time with your beloved people.
Hmm.
So uh, I think the point A, it is I can say that it is impossible for you to balance your personal and professional life.
Yes.
But you can choose different choice in different time. Like for example, when I think for me, when I am still young, I will choose
Hmm.
a professional life. I
Hmm.
want to I want to get ladder in my life. But after that, when I get older, when I have my own children, I will spend time. I mean, my whole time for my family, for my grandchildren,
Of
something like that.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, like about a year and a half ago, my one of my friends came to visit, and that is actually when it dawned on me that this is not good. She visited and we were chatting, and she sat there the whole afternoon, and I started getting boring with the conversation that she was having. And then suddenly it just came, and I said to her, "Don't visit me during the week anymore." And she said, "Why not?" And I said, "You know what? I was watching the time, and we were talking for almost 3 hours."
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Your conversation is not benefiting me in any way. And I cannot sit here and chat with you. So please don't come to my house again. At least not for the next couple of months. Because when I'm on Cambly, if I had been on Cambly for this 3 hours, I would have gotten paid.
Yeah.
So I don't get paid to chat to you. So don't visit me during the week. I will let you know when I'm free. But when I'm on Cambly, I get paid to chat." She was a little bit upset about it, but okay, she got over that. So, which consequences concern you the most about going too far in either direction?
Mm, I think the the biggest consequences that I've concerned probably is the probably is our relationships.
Yes.
Like, yeah, of course, because we, for example, if we go too far for professional life, our bonding with family, with friends, would be weakened, of course. And I think that is the most serious problem
Yes,
for
absolutely.
unhealthy work life balance.
Yes, I'm actually experiencing that at the moment. But I've got a mindset of whether it is weakening my relationship, maybe with my sisters or my children, my grandchildren. I feel that they all need to be on the understanding side of things, because if I'm in need, I cannot go to any of them. So I need to
Hmm.
do what I need to do to keep my head above water and to survive at the end of the day and to achieve my goals. So I can work on that again. Hopefully it won't be too late, but I'm thinking positively here because all of us are working.
Yeah,
My other two sisters are also on Cambly, so they understand where I come from.
yeah.
So I think that once I've achieved all that I needed to do, God willing, I will take some time off. Not off, but I will work a little bit less because I cannot afford to take time off. Okay, Fee, what hours are you expected to work at a company when you're working, including answering emails or phone calls?
Mm, well, in general, for working as a desk job
Yeah.
in a company in my country, in general, we it takes about 8 hours to stay in the company and to complete your daily task.
Hmm.
And I think that is this is a suitable duration for us to work in a day. Like we will not feel overworked with
Yes.
such duration.
Mhm. Now, what advice would you give a new colleague or a new mom, first time caregiver, etc., on how to succeed while still maintaining a healthy work life balance?
Wow, I think I have no idea for this
Okay.
because even my own situation, I couldn't afford to balance my work and my personal and professional life. But as I shared with you earlier, I think
Mhm.
we should prioritize different things in different time. Like when you are still when you are still young, it is good for you to get as much as to get experience as much as possible, to learn a lots of things, to earn money, because at that time you are very energetic, you have a good
Mhm.
health, you can do so. But
Absolutely.
when you have your own um, like when you have your own family, I mean when you get married and you have your own children, probably it is better for you to spend more time with your family, to take care of your children. um,
Absolutely.
yeah, that's it.
I can give you some insight on my daughter, my oldest daughter. When her youngest son was a year old, she got divorced from her husband. And
Hmm.
remember, she had three children, two daughters and the son.
Yeah.
And at that time, she got a job, but it was purely night shift. And then she came to live with me. And at that time, I wasn't working. I said, work. And I took care of the kids. So I had to take care of the kids during the day, make sure the two older ones get to school, the youngest one get to daycare center, fetch them, take care of their homework, make sure they eat, and everything that goes um, along with being a grandmother. And then when she used to leave at about 4 or 5 p.m. in the afternoon to go work, and then she would come home in the middle of the night or the next morning. So she would basically sleep during the day, work at night, and it went on for a couple of years until she found a day job.
Mm-hmm.
And when she started working during the day, I still helped out with the kids, but now she can actually reap that benefits because now she's working home office till 3 in the afternoon. Her one daughter's married, the other one is 23. Her son is this year going to graduate from high school.
Mm-hmm.
So he will go to university next year. But she's done many things in her life to be able to sit back today and have a relaxed life at not even 40 years of age
Yeah.
because she sacrificed a lot to get where
Yeah.
she is now.
Yeah. I know.
And yeah, it takes a lot of time. So, what stresses you out more? Obligations from work when you have a job, family, friends, daily chores, or errands?
Sorry, what does it mean for errands?
Errands is things that you have to go do, like take your suit to the laundromat, go to the supermarket to get some groceries. Those are running errands for yourself.
Okay. Like at the moment, I think it is more stressful for me when I think about family.
Hmm.
Like, at the moment, I want to spend my time, most of my time, for work, for a trip, professional growth in my career.
Hmm.
So it is very hard for me to balance, to have time with my family that my parents always expect me to have. Like, yeah, they always want me to have in every dinner meals with family. But it is
Hmm.
hard for me because I work mostly in unsocial hours, so it is
Hmm.
hard for me to do so. For friends, I think I do not have much stressful about it because honestly, at the moment, I do not consider friends much important like when I
Yeah.
was in the past. Like when I am too busy with my work, I even turn off notification from chatting apps
Hmm.
to avoid receiving any messages from my friends. But of
Hmm.
course, I mean, when they usually text me when they have some gossips, something like that, but I avoid it. And
Okay.
but whenever they have problems, they want to share with me about their problems. I am always willing to hear and give them advice. Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Now, who would you have a harder time refusing? A manager who asks you to work over the weekend, or a family member who asks you to help them move on a weekday?
Mm, I probably it probably a manager who asked me to work over the weekend. Like I don't know, but I suppose that I am quite responsible for my work,
Hmm.
and especially in my favorite area. Uh, I want to like devote a lot for the company. Uh, so I think it is harder for me to refuse um, any. require tasks from company. For
Yeah.
family member, I think I can manage my time and I can help them quite easily.
Yes, the same with me. As long as it's after 4 p.m.